Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. My name is Muhammad Akid bin Muhammad Noor.
My name is Nurul Shamimi binti Ismail.
My name is Masyara binti Muhammad.
Today we are discuss about the limit and continuity. Does everyone here know about this?
Yes, I know by doing some search just now, I found that a limit is an integral part of calculus, and it is defined as the value approached by a function or sequence as the index or input reaches close to some value. Limits are not just restricted to calculus operations to define derivatives and integrals, but they also have a broad range of practical utility in physical sciences. So how many types of limit did you guys know?
So, did you guys know that limit can be divided into four types? First, two-side limits. Second, one-side limits, which is left-hand limits, and the right-hand limit. Third, infinity limits, and last is infinity limits at infinity. So, do you know anything else about this limit and continuity?
Yes, what I know is about asymptote in this topic. An asymptote is a value that you get closer and closer to, but never quite reach. In mathematics, an asymptote is a horizontal, vertical, and slanted line that a graph approaches but never touches.
Yes, what you said is true. An asymptote is a line that a graph approaches without touching. Similarly, horizontal asymptotes occur because y can come close to a value, but can never equal that value. Thus, fx equal to has a horizontal asymptote at y equal to 0. The graph of a function may have several vertical asymptotes. Anything else about limit that you guys know?
Continuous is another popular topic in calculus. The easy method to test for the continuous of function is the examine whether a pen can trace the graph of function without lifting the pen from a paper. So you guys know how many types of discontinuities.
There are basically two types of discontinuity, which is infinite discontinuity and jump discontinuity. So, what are the application of this limit and continuity?
The application of this limit that I found is limits in medicine to measure the blood flow, cardiac output, tumor growth, and determination of population genetics. Using Neuers-White equation, this equation is used in calculation of dosage rates. Medical professionals apply calculus in pharmacology in order to determine the proper dosage. It is their job to ensure a steady rate of absorption of the drug being administered. For example, they must consider that when a tablet is ingested, it must pass into aqueous solution in the stomach and dissolve at the appropriate rate for the medicine to do what it is supposed to do. In this case, dosage forms must be regulated and controlled since the rate of dissolution in each drug is different from another. So what else do you guys know?
I found from the internet that limits used in engineering. In making conclusion, engineer will approximate a function using a small difference in a function and then try and calculate the derivative as the function by having a smaller and smaller spacing in the function, simple interval. For example, when designing the engine of a new car, an engineer may model the ghost line through the car engine with a small interval called a mesh. Since the geometry of the engine is too difficult to get as with simple functions such as polynomial, this approximation always use limits. So what else do you know about the application of limits?
I found some information on the internet that about limit can be used in chemical engineering. Chemical engineers design production process for a wide range of products such as in industrial chemical and food. They are essential in the production of pharmaceutical biology product and food. They use calculus to design the chemical composition of new products and determine how they interact with other materials. This is because chemical engineers need to ensure that production process meets strict quality standards, improving productivity and enhancing efficiency. So do you know about application of limit in our daily life?
We also can use limits in animation. Animators use software and other design tools to create moving visuals for a wide range of content, such as movies, video games, and educational and marketing materials. Animators may use calculus to determine the behavior of three-dimensional models in a dynamic environment to make them as realistic as possible. So, do you know anything about application of limits in our daily life?
From what I am doing, we can use this limit and continuity concept greatly in the science field. So in the chemistry, as example, we could have a chemical reaction in a beaker start with two chemicals that form a new compound over time. The amount of the new compound is the limit of the function as time approaches infinity. Similarly, if you drop an ice cube in a glass of warm water and measure the temperature with the time, the temperature eventually approaches the room temperature where the glass is stored. Measuring the temperature is a limit against the time approach infinity.
In conclusion, I think the limit and continuity concept is used widely in many fields, and it's proven that it's really useful in many different fields. For example, science, physics, biology, and so on.
That's all our discussion today. Thank you everyone.
Thank you.